Good morning, YouTubers. Steve-O out here. This morning, harvesting a little hay. You're saying to yourself, what is Steve-O feeding with his hay? I'm feeding vegetables. Okay? I want to do this early in the morning when you got this nice dewy grass. Isn't that beautiful? No screaming weed eater. No gasoline fumes. No, oh, this is the best one. No Gold's Gym membership. I never could figure out why people go to them places in the first place. It's crazy. Who wants to go down there where somebody's sweating all over the machinery? You know? Be like going to a hospital where you got SARS, what is it, MRSA and all that, viruses? Yeah. No, stay out here on the farm and get you one of these Reaper gimmicks, okay? Now wait a minute. I'm not the Grim Reaper. I'm the Happy Reaper, okay? Yeah, I just picked up this little sport not long ago. There's a guy out there on YouTube. Kind of inspired me a little bit on his deal. Jim Kovaleski. Yeah, check that dude out. He's the nomadic farmer. Now check that dude out. Justin Rhodes has got him on his channel, and then Pete at Green Dreams has got him on his channel also. Yeah, pretty cool dude. He goes from Florida, and he's not far from where I live. He goes from Florida to Maine every year. He's up in Maine now. I think he stays up there until October, end of October, I think. Now, I haven't developed a technique like Jim does. Jim's taken a 10-foot swath with that thing. And I haven't developed that technique yet. I've got probably, I don't know, 7 foot here I'm doing. Yeah. But you talk about a beautiful tool. This tool I bought, by the way, is from Scythe Supply in Maine. And, yeah. See, you take your measurements, your height, your from the floor to your hip bone, and then your cubit, which is the tip of your finger to your elbow. And they make a custom deal for you. And they know where to cut. They know how to cut the height. Okay? This dude comes up about my shoulder. And then this thing here ends up at your hip bone. The handle. Okay? You give them those measurements and they'll tune this up for you. Now my height is 5'10", so what they do is they put a longer one, and they go what they call, they have straight snath. This is called the snath. And that's called, the blade is called the scythe. And scythe. And yeah. And you got to get this halving angle right too. And I played with that quite a bit. And I found on this tool that if I pulled it all the way over and I put a couple wedges in there, like you see, put a couple wedges in there, simple wedge to hold it over. Yeah. And then you wear a little cup with a whetstone on your hip. Yeah. And you keep the blade on the ground and it's sliding. See, you're sliding on the return stroke. You're not holding this thing way up in the air swinging this. You keep it on the ground and keep going. And when you feel it, you can hear it slicing through the grass. And when you're feeling resistance, you stop and whetstone it. And I've got a little cup on my hip here I've got a medium stone and I've got a fine one. And right now the one on my hip is the medium, because once I go through to take this pass. Now what I'm going to do is go down through here. I'm about done. I'm going to turn around and come back against this windrow. And now there's uncut grass up under here. My blade is going to slide up underneath that windrow and cut that. So that's kind of cool. You're cutting this way. You're coming back this way. So you're cutting that grass and coming over. So you're getting a windrow. Then you jump over and do the same thing again. You guys with small homesteads can learn how to use this tool. I'll tell you what. You can make all your own hay for your livestock. Yeah. Now you see I put that little cut area all the way down through there. Now I'm going to come back and start going this other way. All right. And you're going to cut basically up underneath that other cut. See? This is kind of sparse right in here, but once I get into thicker grass, and it's good. I mean, you could let this stuff get 2 feet tall and do this with this tool, and you're not wore out. I mean, you would think, oh man, it's going to wear me out. No. What wears you out is the fact that your blade isn't sharp. Okay? So you have to learn sharpening techniques, and I struggled with that for a little bit. Okay? I did struggle with that, but I overcame. Okay? And I bought from these people, you buy the outfit. Okay? The outfit comes with a little peening jig. Well, personally, I found that thing is kind of worthless, to be honest with you. So I set it aside, and yeah, I set that thing aside. They also wanted $85 for a flipping rake, for a hay rake. Now hay rakes are really lightweight and they're made of wood. And I'm going to show you how I built that thing, if you're interested. You know, leave a comment on this, all the Steve-O shenanigans. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe to Steve-O's channel. Okay? We're here to help you. And I'm going to show you peening techniques on this thing in another vid. I'll show you how I sharpen it, because this thing's razor sharp right now. And yeah, and to tune this up, to resharpen it, try to get in the shot here, I wear gloves. So you clean the blade off. They say traditionally you take grass and clean it. I wear gloves. And then I've got this whetstone here. And you don't use the flat side here, because it's rough as a cob anyway. You use the end of the thing, okay? And you've got a bar on here. The top lip of this scythe, it's got that. You let your stone lay on that, and that gives you your proper thing. And if you look real close here, you can actually see that blade flexing. That's how thin that blade is. This whole rig only weighs 3 pounds. It's light as a feather, okay? Light as a feather. Now what happens when I'm doing this stone thing, some guys are quick, in there over, like a butcher, you know, you've seen them run the steel gimmick. I'm not that good. So what I do, you can accomplish the same thing. Take your time. You're coming here, you're laying the stone against that, and you're striking like this. But what you're doing, you're rolling this edge this way, okay? So what you do is you come here, come all the way down. You're going to have to stop every 5 minutes or so to do this. Now, you've created a lip here. Now, you go down this way. Not hard, though. You're just knocking off that little bit of a burr. That's it. That's as tough as that one gets. Okay? Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. Look at that. Melted butter. Don't you just love it? This whole thing is effortlessly. I have a blown back and a blown neck, okay, by the way. And the only way I maintain my back, neck, and I walk every day. But this is great. This tool here is great for aerobic stuff to keep you in shape. You don't need the Gold's Gym. Okay, forget that. Okay. I think once I get good with this thing, guys, I'm going to call the state and tell them that I'm going to mow the entire I-75 right away, pass it on each side. Huh? What do you think of that? Yeah. You know what I'll do? Tell them to? I'm going to do it for free. You can put the bush hogs away, boys. Steve-O's coming with the scythe. Do you believe that? No, you probably shouldn't. Yeah, this is a cool tool, guys. Get this thing. You farmers out there, little homesteaders, this is the coolest tool, I swear. I got frustrated when I first got it. I told them people I paid $7 extra to have them sharpen this thing. And, you know, so I could just jerk it out of the box, assemble it, and start mowing. Oh, what a flippin' joke that was. I don't know. Apparently, and, you know, I don't want to cut the people down, but somebody needs to tune up the, you know, the inspections, because whoever did mine was a greenhorn. Okay. Now, you're not biting. See this grass here? I'm only biting about 4 to 6 inches of this that I hit. I'm not doing a lot of this, okay? That's all you do. You don't take huge bites. You think, well, this is a 26-inch blade. Oh, I can take a 26-inch hack with it. No, you don't do that. And what this thing does, it cuts on an arc, see? It's cutting on an arc. It's shearing the grass. Just like you had a pair of scissors, a big pair of scissors down here, and you're doing this. Now, eventually I'll get good as Jim. I'll be whacking a 10-foot swath. But I just keep this little spot here. The rest of this is all cut with a John Deere rider. I keep this right over the whole field drain, which the grass grows really lush, as you can see, over the septic tank. So, yeah. So I'm harvesting some really nice hay here. And all this will be used as biomass for my garden and weed control. You're just basically suffocating the weeds. And they do, it's known as chop and drop. You're taking all this material and you're putting it on your garden. It rots down. And you're feeding the entire microherd all this rotted down grass. And the veggies that you're growing with this free fertilizer is really good stuff, okay? Organic farming, guys, that's what we're into. I just went through some heavy chaff right there from the mower, and I had to take a couple passes to get up under it. When you feel resistance, like right there, I'm starting to feel resistance, it's time to stop. Clean your blade and hone it. All right, I've got a path here. This is all I do. I do a little shot here. Now see there? I've got a swath down through there. I've done it this way and I've done it this way. Now I'll go get my rake. I've got all that to do. All right, tomorrow. I'll break this up in 3 days. Now most guys that run scythes are probably laughing. But I just knock this little bit, I'm in no hurry. I'm way ahead of the game on my biomass. So yeah, you just knock it out a little bit. So I'll be back in a minute with my rake, my homemade rake. We'll show you that deal. Get this raked up. Okay guys, there's my rake. I'm gonna have to operate quick here. I just noticed I got to beep beep beep. My battery's low for some stupid reason. Yeah, here's my rake. It's 6 foot. Okay, it's 6 foot long. It weighs as much as my scythe. It's right here. Here's a balance point on this thing. What this is a little eighth by half aluminum. All right, there's a carriage bolt running through the handle, comes up in here, and I put stainless steel screws. They're about 2 inches long, go down into the wood. This is a closet rod, and what I did is took a 1/4 inch bolt, and it's about I don't know, it's a good 4 inches long. I cut the head off of it, drilled into the closet rod, and then I took JB Weld and I centered it, carefully centered it up in there. JB welded that in and let that sit for 24 hours. Then I then just 1/4 inch hole through here, left a little hanging out. This wood is red oak. Okay, it's got red oak. These teeth I cut 6 inches long, and they're out of hard oak, the hard oak. And then you really do need a drill press for this. My son had a drill press, so we centered this up. Now that one got off a little bit, no biggie, but it's centered on the other side. Okay, for some reason we had a little off deal on the vise or whatever, but that's fine. It worked out. 6 inches long. I made a little jig and cut the dowel 6 inches, and then I tapered each end. Drilled 3/8 holes through. Okay, I used Bondtite 3 and juiced them up good with the glue. Pounded them in, let it set for 24. Okay, then I come back. I took my blowtorch and heated it up. Okay, heated this thing up, and yeah, you set it on the bench and you just pound it down to your flush, right? These two. And let it set for 24, and then I come back with a blowtorch, heated it all up, and gave it a little scorched look. And then I got the beeswax melted in my double boiler. I put that beeswax all over it. That stuff seals up everything so pretty. And yeah, so that's the deal. And you can see here, and it's light. And the beauty of this is, this by the way is 25 inches, in case you want to make one. 25 inches. And I don't know, I think this is 2.5 here. Right now I don't remember the number. Yeah, so you just come along, get this up in a piles here. And what I do is I take a tarp, just those cheap free tarps you get at Harbor Freight, right? Get them free tarps, and you get a pile here. Say you come down a little ways like this, put that in a pile, then you come down here and you bring this up to this pile. Look how that side, guys, cuts that. There's about maybe 1 inch of stubble there on that thing. And matter of fact, I could shave my arm. I shaved when I was testing that thing. I shaved it. Probably not a good idea, but I shaved my arm with that scythe when I was done. I'll show you the peening process, how that goes, because it can be frustrating. And I looked at a million videos out there, and they show you how to do it, but a lot of them are just doing it and they're not even talking to you, you know, and tell you the reasons why this is that. Okay, so I'll talk you through what I've discovered. But look at that pile of hay, and it's no time at all. Now that's a lot of biomass to go on your garden, okay? All right, guys, appreciate you stopping in, and as always, be happy. I'll catch you on the next show. Bye-bye. There's your 2 tools. Okay? You want to be farmers? There's your 2 tools. That's all you need, buddy. All right, I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.